moving into August, the lawn's looking the best it's looked all year round. The fertiliser we put down in July has started to kick in and we've got some fantastic stripes. The grass is healthy, things are looking good, and in this episode I'm going to take you through everything to do in your lawn in the month of August. Welcome to the August edition of Lawncare Calendar. This video series is going to be a playlist where I release one video per month of all the things you need to do in your lawn to keep it looking absolutely mint. You can see the garden and the lawn is looking probably close to its best at the moment. The grass has responded really well to the fertiliser, the borders are starting to thicken out, and everything is really healthy in the garden. But there are some things to still look out for in the month of August and getting the most from your lawn. This video is going to be packed full of some great tips on mowing, edging, worm casts and much more. Before we get into the first tip, if you enjoy lawn care and you haven't yet seen my channel, please take a look around and consider subscribing. It really helps me out keeping to produce great content. The first tip is around maintaining your fertiliser plan. Now, this is a video from last month's lawn care where we applied the A1 Granular Fertiliser, and this month I don't need to apply another granular fertiliser, but I like to mix 1 month with the granular base, and then in the next month I'll use a liquid based top up almost in between the two granular treatments. For this liquid top up I'm using the Seafeed Extra and a mix of iron sulphate, which I apply through a sprayer. Both of these products can be found in the link in the description below, and if you do decide to buy anything, it helps me out with a small amount of commission and it doesn't cost you guys any more. The iron sulphate I'm going to be applying at the lower dose, which is mainly around greening of the grass. I don't really have a moss problem, so I don't need to use the higher rates, so for me the low rate of 1 to 2 grams is absolutely fine. If you do have a moss problem, you can apply in the higher rate, which will also act as a turf hardener, turning the moss black and the grass green. This stuff's pretty fast acting and you should see quick results on your lawn for a quick green up. The next thing I want to talk about is something I've just purchased. So I'm looking ahead to my next renovation and I've purchased this Iron Hill scarifier and aerator. I'm not going to cover it too much in this video, but just more to say that I'm thinking about the months to come when the summer drops back and what I'm going to use. So if you don't have any of your products, now's a good time to start thinking about them, with a view to plan the autumn renovation work from September onwards really. Next thing I'll be doing is keeping on top of weed control. Now my lawn's actually in good shape with broadleaf weeds, and you'll find if you can control this over the first season or two, you'll actually be able to have a really easy time keeping on top of the weeds. I'm using a selective lawn weed killer. You need to look for a weed killer that says kills weeds and not lawns, and the specific one I'm using is the Weedall one, which is linked in the description below. One of my good friends decided to copy one of my videos and used a general purpose weed killer on his lawn and killed his lawn and his neighbour's lawn, so yeah, don't be that guy. Also, we can see we've still got some power in the grass. I'm following my normal practices of just trying to rake this up before the mows and mowing the tops off. As we've taken quite a lot of rain, I've also noticed lots of brown muddy patches in the lawn, and these are worm casts. In some respects it's really good that you've got worms in your lawn because they're almost giving you a level of free aeration, but the issue with that is that they can bring clumps of mud to the surface, which when mowed or walked over can flatten and kill the grass underneath it. The best way to tackle these is to wait for a dry day, and you can turn a rake on the backside and rake it over. You can smooth them out like that, as you've just seen with your hands, or you can also use a stiff brush just to push over the surface and break them up. The key for this really is the situation needs to be dry and the casts need to be dry, because they'll break up much more easier. Personally, because earthworms provide so many benefits to the soil, I wouldn't use any chemical controls on them at all. Part of this is going to be about regular mowing. You want to keep on top of your mowing. I'm still mowing around twice a week, and you can normally tell from the clippings in the grass box, you need to be looking at like a fine cut like this rather than long strands of grass. I almost think about the cuts like a pruning of the plant, that you're constantly pruning the plant, which is encouraging it to grow more and stay green and healthy. If you can't cut that often, then I would say a minimum of once a week is fine. The other thing to think about is if you've got any disease or anything in your lawn at this time of year, just cleaning down the mower a little bit is going to reduce the spread of any disease, and I've done a full video on red thread and brown patch in the card linked above. And high growth from spring that we've had, the grass and the borders can look a little bit untidy this time of year. I'm just keeping on top of edging and borders, and in this example I'm going to show you how I normally edge my borders, and I'm also going to do a little bit of cleanup along the side. You can also see here some of the seeds that I've overseeded with may have spilled out into the borders and started to germinate. This is a perfect time of year to keep on top of those things, pull out any seeds and keep on top of your borders. Because in reality, to get a good garden, you want a good lawn and you want some nice borders and edges as well. Following along the borders here, you can see we've just pulled up some power there, and I'm just going to basically make an edging pass around the lawn, checking for any weeds. Any of the broadleaf stuff is going to get sprayed with the weed oil, and any of the overthrow of the seeds or weeds will be hand pulled out. You can see here some more power. Trick to this is grabbing the plant right at the base and trying to wiggle it out so you make sure you get the roots. And there we've got some seeds that have germinated as an overthrow from the lawn. This time of year the borders are also looking absolutely brilliant. I've got this brown Carex grassy type of plant, and then the hydrangeas have all started to bloom. In a couple of weeks these are going to look absolutely brilliant with the heuchera underneath and the rhododendron in the back that's already finished flowering this season. The thing that I'm feeding all the borders is Miracle Grow general purpose plant food. I've left a link in the description below if you want to check that out. I found it quite versatile and works on everything. So here's the finished result. I've tidied up the edges. I used a spade and a flat iron tool, which is linked in the description below. and just finished them off with the shears. If you've enjoyed this video or picked up any tips, please subscribe to my channel. We're just about to hit 4K subscribers, so thanks a lot to everybody who's already subscribed. As you can see, I've also bought some new filming equipment for the channel. You can see that little grey thing in the corner. That's me learning how to use it properly. But I'm hoping I can get some really cool shots. And once again, if you've got any questions about your garden, leave me a comment in the comment section below and let me know what you're up to this month in the lawn. In the meantime, please check out some of my other videos that you might find useful, and good luck in the lawn.